Hey everyone, today we're going to solve exercise 6.5 from chapter 6 trigonometry and bearing. Starting with the first question, we have a right angle triangle where the base is given as 20 meters and the inclination, which is the angle of elevation, it is given as 30 degree. But we need to find our perpendicular or height. So how can we find that? We can use the formula of tangent theta, which is equal to our perpendicular divided by our base. Now, since the value of the inclination or theta is 30, we can write tangent 30 being equal to h over 20. Why? Because h is our perpendicular divided by the value of our base, which is 20. So you are going to multiply 20 with the tangent of 30, which is under root 3 by 3. So your answer is 11.54 meters. That is our perpendicular. Then let's move on to the second question. Here we are given the value of our base, which is 10 under root 3, the value of the perpendicular or the height, which is 10, and then we need to find the value of the inclination as well as the value of the length. So first we're going to find the value of theta. In order to do that, we are again going to use tangent theta being equal to perpendicular over base. So 10 will be divided by 10 under root 3. That results in 1 over under root 3. When we get that, now we will take the inverse of that or the arctan of that. So theta will be equal to the tan inverse of 1 over under root 3. That means that the value of theta is 30. And just to find the length, which is the hypotenuse in this right angle triangle, we can use the Pythagoras theorem, which is a square plus b square being equal to c square. So firstly, you are going to write the value of the base whole square added with the value of the perpendicular whole square, and then take square root on both sides when you have added the base and the perpendicular. So our length or hypotenuse is 20. Let's move on to our third question. Here we are given an equilateral triangle. That means that all lengths are equal to each other. So the base is 1.6 meter. Suppose that I have drawn a perpendicular from above, which is exactly in a straight motion, and you can see that now our equilateral triangle has been divided into two parts. The first part is also making a right angle triangle, and the second part is also making a right angle triangle. So this means that suppose I'll take this figure, which is the first right angle triangle drawn. We need to find the base of that. So as we know that our equilateral triangle was split into two equal parts, we will divide that by 2. So we get our base as the length of the first right angle triangle as 0.8 meter. Then our hypotenuse is 1.6 meter. So what do we need to find here? We basically need to find the value of the height, which is going to be equal for the first right angle triangle and the second right angle triangle. So to do that, you're again going to use tangent theta. Instead of theta, you're going to write tangent of 60. That is equal to the perpendicular over base. So instead of perpendicular, we wrote h, and it will be divided by the value of base, which is 0.8. So then you can find the value. As you can see, we have under root 3. This is equal to h divided by 0.8. So our 0.8 will be multiplied with the value of the tangent 60. So we get 1.38 meters. That is our height. Now let's solve question number 4. Here we have a right angle triangle. The value of the base isn't given, but the angle of elevation is given as 30 degree, and our perpendicular, which is our height, that is given as 5 meters, while our hypotenuse or length is not given. So what can we do? We need to find the length. So now we aren't going to use the formula of tangent theta, we are going to use sine theta. Why? Because in this case, our inclination is given, our perpendicular is given, and we need to find the length. So if you use tangent theta, that will help you to find the base, not the length. That is why we are going to use sine of theta. So instead of theta, we are going to write sine of 30 being equal to h over L. Okay, after that, what can we do? We can write the value of h, which is 5. So 5 will be divided by 0.5 because sine 30 is 0.5. So what do we get here? We get 10 meters as our length. So our hypotenuse will be equal to 10 meter. Now, after that, you can find the value of the base by using Pythagoras theorem, but the question hasn't specified that for us to do. We are given a figure. As you can see, this is the first right angle triangle and this is the second right angle triangle. And these both right angle triangles meet at a common point, which is right here. And you can see that this pillar or this line is exactly at the same length of that perpendicular. So that is why we denoted this perpendicular with h as well as that perpendicular with h, because both are of equal lengths. Then the angle of depression for this triangle is 60 degree, while for this right angle triangle that is 30 degree. Now the total length from this point to this point, that is 120 meters. But what is the distance or the value of base for the first right angle triangle? Suppose we call that x. So now for the second right angle triangle, it will be 120 subtracted from x. So what do we need to do? We need to basically find the value of h. But to do so, we are going to need the value of x first, and then we can use the value of tangent theta to find the value of h, as we already have our inclination. So for figure 1, we know that h will be divided by x and that is equal to tan 60. So if we cross multiply, we know that our h will be equal to x tan 60. This is our first equation. Now if you look at the second equation, you will see that we have tan 30 and that is equal to h divided by 120 minus x, because 120 minus x is our base. So we can write h is equal to tan 30 divided by 120 minus x. They are getting divided with each other. Now we got the value of h from the first equation, which was x tan 60. So we are going to apply that in our second equation. So we get x tan 60 being equal to tan 30 divided by 120 minus x. So here, what will happen? Tan 30 will be multiplied with 120 minus x and that is equal to x tan 60. So we get 120 into tan 30 subtracted from x into tan 30 and that is equal to x tan 60. So now if you take the tan of 30 and multiply that with 120, that is 40 under root 3 and that is equal to 4 under root 3 divided by 3x. So 4 gets cancelled with 40, that leaves us with 10. Under root 3 and under root 3 gets cancelled. So basically 10 will be just multiplied with 3 in order to give us the value of x. So now the value of x is 30, but that is not the end of our answer. We need to find the value of h. So if our base, it is found as 30 and we need to find the value of h while our inclination is given as 60, we can easily do so by following the formula of tangent theta. So we can write tan 60 is equal to h over 30 and h will be 30 under root 3. So 30 under root 3, it can be simplified and written as 52 meters. So this will be our value of h. And for the other figure, 120 subtracted from 30 will be the value of its base. Now let's move on. Here in question number 6, we have a figure in which we are given the angle of depression as 60 degree, and for the other figure we are given the angle of depression as 45 degree. So think of it as a smaller triangle. Here we have AB, that is the base, let's call that y, and from A to B2 or both 2, we'll call that base x. And we know that this perpendicular which is drawn for both of the figures, that will be their height, and the angle that forms there is 90 degree. So firstly we are going to use the bigger figure where the value of the base is x. So we can write tan 45 because that is our inclination being equal to 120 over x. Now we know that our h, that is 120 meters and that will be divided by our base. So we found the value of x as 120. That means that in this whole figure, the value of the base is 120. Now we need to find the value of the base for the smaller triangle from A to B, which is y. So how can we do that? We can write tan 60 is equal to 120 over y. So y will be equal to 120 divided by under root 3. So we get the value of y as 69. So now we got the value of the base of the bigger triangle and the value of the base of the smaller triangle, x and y. So if we subtract x and y, what will we get the base value of? What will we get the distance of? We will get the base value of b1 to b2. So if you subtract 120 and 69, you will get 51 meters. So that means that the distance from the b1 to the b2 is 51 meters. Now let's move on to question number 7. In question number 7, we are given a triangle, and this triangle, it has been cut up into two sections. The first figure, it has an inclination of 30 degree and the height is given as 15 meter. But the base value, which is denoted by x1, that is not given. And in the second figure, the value of h, which is the same as the value of h in the first figure, that is 15 meter, while our inclination is given as 60 degree. But we also need to find the value of x2, which is our base. So first we are going to attempt in the first figure. We can write tan 30 is equal to h, which is 15, divided by our base, which is x1. So x1 is equal to 15 divided by tan of 30. Now for the second figure, what are we going to do? We can write tan of 60 is equal to 15 divided by x2, because we are finding the base value of that from t to m2. Then that will be 15 divided by tan 60. Now you can simplify 15 divided by tan 30 and 15 divided by tan 60. So you will find the base values or the distance from point m1 to t and from point t to m2. Now if you add both of these values together, you will get the distance from m1 to m2. So 15 divided by tan 30 plus 15 divided by tan 60, it will be written as that. So 15 bracket tan 60 plus tan 30 divides by tan 30 into tan 60. So we get 15 bracket under root 3 plus 0.577 divided by 0.577 into under root 3. So now our final answer of the total distance from M1 to M2 is 103.95. Moving on to question number 8. Here we have a figure. First we have ABCD, which is a rectangle, and the value of BC is 12 meter. That means it is also equal to the value of AE, that is also 12 meters. In a rectangle, the opposite sides, the length of the opposite sides are equal to each other. So that means if I find the value of AB only, that will also be equal to EC. And then we have a right angle triangle, which is ECD. On the point C, the vertex will be 90 degrees and the inclination is given as 30 degree. So what do we need to find here? Firstly, we need to find the value of AB. In order to do that, if you look closely inside of this ABCD figure, there is a right angle triangle, which is EAB, and EA or the H is given as 12 meters, while our angle or inclination is given as 40. So we will easily find the value of our base. We can write in triangle EAB, tan 45 is equal to 12 over AB, or denote that by x if you want to do so. So AB will equal to 12 divided by 1, or simply 12. So if we found the value of AB, which is 12, that means that is also equal to the value of EC, which is also 12. So now in triangle ECD, the value of the base is given, the inclination is given. So just we need to find the value of DC, which is our height. So we can write in triangle ECD, the tan 30 is equal to CD over 12. So CD is now 6.9. So now we need to find the height of the total building, which is 12 added with 6.9. So we add 12 with 6.9. Why? Because BC will be added with CD in order to give us the height of the building, which is BD. So we can write 12 plus 6.9 and our final answer will be 18.9 meters. Then in question number 9, we have a triangle which is ACD. This is the larger triangle. And then we have a triangle which is ABD. So firstly, we know that A to C, the base value is given as 200, while the value from B to C is given as 80. So if we want to find the value of AB, the baseline of AB, so you can subtract 200 with 80 and then you will find the distance of AB. But if you look at triangle DAC or ACD, which is the larger triangle, you will notice that our inclination is given as alpha. So you can write tangent of alpha is equal to, and we need to find the value of our perpendicular or our height. So we wrote that as y. So we can write tan alpha is equal to y over and the length from A to C, which is 200. So we get 2 by 5 is equal to y over 200. So y will be equal to 2 by 5 multiply 200 being equal to 80 meters. So y 80 meters, that is our height. So now in triangle DBC, or you can say BCD, our height will exactly be 80 meters, and we know that the length, which is our distance baseline from B to C, is also 80. So we can write tan of beta is equal to 80 over 80 and tan beta is equal to 1. So now finding the value of beta, we will write beta is equal to the arctan or the tan inverse of 1, and that is equal to 45 degree. Now let's move on to question number 10. Here we are given a figure and this is also a right angle triangle. Here we have a larger triangle and the inclination of that larger triangle is 45 degree, while the height for both the figures is given as 206.6. Okay, so let's look at the second figure, which is the smaller triangle with the inclination of 60. So tangent of 60 will be equal to our height over our base, which is OA. So the value of OA is found as 119.28. That means that the distance from point O to A will be 119.28. Now, if we move on to the second triangle, let's say we have triangle COB, which is the larger triangle. We know that O to B, the length of the hole is 206.6. So instead of using the formula of tangent, we can simply subtract 206.6 with 119.28. So we will get the value of 87.32 meters, and that is our value of AB. Okay, so now we have found the distance and we know that the time is 120 seconds as given in the question. So we need to find the speed. So what is speed? Speed is distance divided by time and its unit is meter per second. So we can write the distance that we found of AB, that is 87.32 divided by 120, and that will be 0.72 meter per second.